Hello, internet. Welcome to Cute Things Online, where code, art, and creativity come all together. Today, I'm super excited with this project. It's the longest video I recorded, but I try to make it really nice. We're gonna use DeepSeek, Lovable, and Vercel to try to deploy a website and make a few changes. So we'll start by crafting a prompt for DeepSeek to design the website, then use Lovable to bring it to life. After that, I will show how we can tweak the code and change some stuff to make it fit for exactly what you want. We're gonna connect to GitHub and we're gonna deploy it using Vercel. And yeah, don't worry, I'll give you like all the steps. I try to make it like really nice and I hope you enjoy. So grab a cup of coffee or a tea, get cozy, and like let's go into this AI powered web development thing. One of the first things we're gonna need to do on DeepSeek, it's nice to prepare a bit better the prompt to use it on Lovable afterwards. So I will leave a prompt reference that you can use on the description of this video. This you can see you have some basics, design, page, how I want to organize more or less the website, and then of course you can come and change. Like I wouldn't change the part of like the technologies because I think this is the technologies that you have more access, like the machine, like AI have more access to it, and there is a lot of documentation about. But in all these things you can come and change and like make sure you make it in the way you want. In this case I'm not going to even change it. I would just tell, can you create something in this format with this. I'll just like put like this, like a Microsoft 90s nostalgia psychedelic, and it will make the prompt for me. So with this first talk with DeepSeek, I already have like a basic of the website. Of course, after you can come and just change the things in the way that better fits you, or keep like this conversation. But just today for this tutorial, I will try to keep as simple as I can. So just take this and I will copy to Lovable. This is the Lovable interface. It's Lovable.dev. If you don't have an account, you're gonna need to sign up. I will just sign in and get to the project. So then when you're logging in, you come and you paste the prompts, and then we wait a bit for the machine to process. It might take a few minutes. Yes, amazing. So it create all this page for me, but let's see if like all the pages are working. It doesn't have tracks. I click about, does nothing happen. So it didn't create any other page. So we ask it to create the rest of the pages. Oh, I wrote a bit wrong English, but it's gonna understand and it's gonna create the next pages. So perfect, it worked already. I can also click in, instead of working here, I can go to preview, and then it will open the website as it was in the internet already. So let's track the track page. Wow, perfect. It put like all the tracks and all the stuff. We're gonna need to change everything afterwards, but nice that even separate for like music genre, and really nice. The about a cute robot, like okay. Wow. So you did like a really good job. There's the contact page also, everything. Wow, amazing. So that's perfect. So back to Lovable, we're gonna try to connect to GitHub. So when you come to the GitHub page, you can sign up here. Here's your first page on GitHub. So now we already have account on GitHub. So let's try to go from this. And we ask you to connect to GitHub. It open another place where you're gonna need to put your credentials. So now it's connecting to GitHub. Transfer repository to AI Run Rainbow. Perfect. Now I can go on view on GitHub. I go to the code here. Here we already have like all the code that we had. So I go on code spaces and I create code space on main. So now it's gonna open all the code inside GitHub, and we can go and understand a bit more on like the things that we can do to change the project. So when we open a project on CodeSpace, the first thing we need to do is npm install to make sure all the dependencies of these projects are downloaded to this project, and then we can run the application. So then I can do npm run dev, and then it would say in localhost 8080 your application is on. I can come here and go to this, and then I will see the website that we were seeing before on Lovable. In this case, it needs to be clear that like this is only on your computer. We're gonna need to sort out the deploy part afterwards, but at least now we already can edit the code. To edit the code, it's we're gonna need to go back to our project, and then if you go here in public, CRS pages, we're gonna see that we have the pages. If you go to index, you can see that there is some information here, and we can go to, there is the hero. You can see here there is hero. Let's go to hero, and on hero we can see that there is this text of the main page. If you go back to the website here, CyberSynth Sounds, it's written here. So you can see that we can change this. So like my project is Najini Coco. I'll change Najini Coco experimental music, and once I click on Command S, it will save and will change here. So you can play around with these things. Also this system online, I don't want it. I will just come to the noise, and then it will change again. Here I can explore and change all the other things also. So sometimes it can be a bit hard to go around the pages, but you can understand also, for example, here in the components you have navbar, and then here you're gonna have all the names. Like this is basically the navbar that is repeated in all the pages. So I can also come here and look for CyberSynth. It's gonna be here, and then I can add Najini Coco again. I will save it and will be there. So all the time that you are saving, you're gonna need to understand a bit of the concepts of GitHub. I will try to make it simple for new people going to use GitHub for the first time. So try to go through some concepts, and I will also leave it in the documentation that I will leave in the description of this video. So one thing we need to understand is git status. So I open a new terminal and write git status, and then here it will tell me that I made changes in 2 pages. I can add, so when I do git add, I'm saying like, okay, I would need to save this change in the original file and not just in this project I have here. So I can say git add component hero, and then I give enter, and so when I go to git status, now it puts that file on stage. So if I go and give git commit, and then I put m to write an image, write a text, I will write edit hero, and then now if I go back to git status, it tells me that I am one commit ahead of the main project. So I need to send this information to the new project, to the original project, that I made this change. So I'm gonna need to git push, and then we will send information. To go back to git status, my branch says it's up to date, and I still have one change that I didn't do. I can go and write all the name of the page again, or I can just put a dot and we'll send all the files. In this case there is just one, but it always send all. and I do the same thing, git commit, change navbar, and then git push. So we might also want to change some stuff that it's not so simple, so let's try to use AI to make these changes. So for example, in the contact page, I really like it how it is, but it's really hard to create a system. Not really hard, but for this first step, maybe it's a bit too much to create like a code that would be able to send a message from your website. So it's better just like leave it clean and just leave your email so the person can take the email and write something for you. So I ask you to change this page. So what I will do is come to my project, I will copy everything, and I will come to DeepSeek, and then on DeepSeek I will say and then I will wait, and then DeepSeek is gonna analyze that file and make a new page for me. In some case you could also come to Copilot, is for free, but I don't know, it's having some problem these days that is not installing. When I ask for it, there is an error happening, but maybe when I try, there is no error happening. You can try Copilot. I think it would be a bit easier to make this change, but in this case let's keep with DeepSeek. So it's here writing all the code. So once it's done with the code, I can just take it, I will copy, place in my new project here, and then we see, perfect. Now I have my email and my informations. Again, we need to go back to the project, and we're gonna need to git status, git add, git commit, change contact page. Whenever you go back to your project, you can also see that like this, all these changes are being registered here. So it tells every time exactly which page you change. So it's really interesting also if you want to go a bit deeper on understanding the project. All these concepts on Git is a bit complicated the first time, but I think once you play a bit with, you get more used to. So we also might want to change the page with the tracks, because I didn't do these tracks, this is not my music. So I'll go to my SoundCloud and I'll pick one of my albums. I'll take the link, and then I will come again to DeepSeek, and then I will write, I want to change the track page also to include only my music. This data now is not real. I want to have only these ones. Schizo Cyborg. Then I will add some tag, because it was organized with tags. Experimental, noisy, ambient, poetry, and then I will put the link, and I will do this with a few other projects, and I will send it to the machine. Oops, I forgot one thing. I actually need to place the code. I will send the code that I already have it, place with the informations that I want to change, and then now I will send. So it did all the code for me. I will take, copy, paste in a new place, save, and check. Perfect. Listen on SoundCloud. You see that actually when I click, it's not going anywhere. So I might ask to create this also. Whenever I click in the cards, I want to redirect to the page on SoundCloud. So then the machine is gonna think, change the code, and then we'll place the code again, and then we see if it's working. So now that I have these chains, I copy, come to the new file, save it, and then now when I click, it goes to SoundCloud. Perfect. And then also the filter is working, all the music's perfect. So now that I'm happy with that page, I will come here, git status, and check that I need to change that again, git commit, and then I'll git push to make sure the save is changed to is sent to the main project. So one other challenge maybe would be change the image of this robot. So let's try to figure out. Here we can see that there is a page about, it's not the about page, is it the about page? It is the about page. So here we have all these things, and then we can see that there is this image coming from like a source. So we're gonna need to make sure we add our own image here. So I will come and drag an image. So I will come to public. So in this page public, you can drop the image you want. I will drop one from my computer. I will rename it because the name is a bit too complicated. Cute things online. And then now I'll go back to the page, and in the about page I will go copy all of this, and then I come here and say I need to change about page also, update with the info about these albums that I sent already. It's a lot of conversations with the machine and try and error. Let's see what it's gonna say. So now I did the change that I want. I will copy and paste, and I need to check because the image that I use a local image from the public folder. So I have here coming inside image. So like I don't need this because I can just put straight. So when I do this, it will straight go to the public page. So here I will write the name of the file. As we can see here, it's cute things online, and is JPEG. Save it, and I hope now it will change the image here. So perfect, it already update a bit, put the albums because I didn't put the right year, so I just took a random day. And here is its update also. I will just git status, save this page. So when you have your project done and we are ready to deal with the deploy part, we can just go to Vercel, and I will show you now how are the steps on Vercel. But just one thing to remind always, when you're doing your project, make sure you always save the file. You need to Command S or Control S, depends if you're in Windows or Mac, but you always need to save the file, because when you do the git add and the git commit and all these things, it will take the last save file. So sometimes you can be editing some stuff and you forget to save the file, it will take the version before you save. So things to always keep in mind. And let's go to Vercel now. So then you come to vercel.com, and then you're gonna need to sign up. I'm not gonna manage to do the whole process of signing up because Vercel only allowed one account for number, and I already have account, so I'm gonna need to go in my normal account. But you subscribe and do all these things, it's free. And then once you have it done, you can just log in, authenticate with GitHub, and then here is. So I will go to project, and then I can see that here there is this last project that I create. I will import. Now I realize that instead it create on Vite instead of Next, but it's okay. It's gonna work anyway. Here I can change and put the name I want for the website, portfolio. You choose whatever you want. Deploy. and then we wait a bit, and then it will deploy the project for us on the web, and we're gonna have a website available with everything we did. Congratulations, the project's on. That's perfect. We can click here, and then we have this Nadine Coco portfolio Vercel.app. It's online, available. Anyone who wanna access from their computer can access and check out everything we did. Every time you go back to GitHub and upload the project and you git push, it will deploy again the new version, so you can always keep changing. And basically that's it. So the last thing I wanna dive with you is how to have like your own domain. I would recommend Namecheap for .com URLs. You can come here and then you can write whatever you want. I already have nadinicoco.com, so I just put Nadinicoco portfolio, so it's gonna find something available, and then you can see that here you can add to the cart, and then you can proceed on buying your domain. Once you finish to buying the domain, we need to go back to Vercel. So once you go to Vercel in your project, you can come in the project you have, and then you're gonna need to go on settings, and then on settings you see the domains, and then here you're gonna add the domain that you want. In this case, I didn't buy that domain, but I would just want to show you more or less how it works. Yes, add, and then once you add, it's gonna tell you that's not working. You're gonna need to check name servers, enable Vercel DNS, and then it's gonna give you these two options. Once you have your project on Namecheap, I will go to one of my projects. Once you are in your projects, you go, in this case I'll go another page because I didn't buy that domain, but for you to have some idea, you go to manage, and when you go to manage, you're gonna need to change. This is gonna be different. Already registered on Vercel, you're gonna need to put custom DNS and save it, and then it might take some time. It can take up to 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes it's really quick, but it might sometimes take some time to update this from the Namecheap to Vercel. So just wait a bit, and then you're gonna have your own domain is gonna be updated, and everything is gonna be available for you on the website that you bought. And that's it. We just build and deploy a website using tools like DeepSeek, Lovable, and GitHub. And also we deployed with Vercel, so it was really nice to see how with like just a few prompts we can just like go really crazy on creativity, and also we can explore more and play around with all these things. If you enjoyed this video, or if like you managed to create something, please just like drop in the comments, give thumbs up in this video also. And if you want to follow more, we have like our website cutethingsonline.com, where there is like some tutorials and other coding projects I work with. I'm gonna leave in the comments here like all the links for DeepSeek, Lovable, and all the tools we use. Also, I'm gonna leave in the descriptions the prompt and a bit of the Git concepts that we work on, and then have fun, and hope see you soon.